A growth environment is a place, number one, where others are ahead of you. You never want to be the top of your class. That's a bad sign. When you know more than everybody else in the room, it's time to go to another room. Oh, I'm top of my class, and oh, I'm the number one. Oh, that's a bad thing. You never want to be number one. Oh, no, that's a bad thing. You always want to have people that are ahead of you. Know more, been farther, achieved more. Does this make sense? Because when you're at the head of the class, when you're at the top of the class, you'll stop growing and start bragging. And that's not a good thing. Number two, a growth environment is a place where you are still challenged. You're excited about life and you're challenged about life because you're a little bit over your head, and that's okay, you're over your head because you're growing. Let me tell you something. When you are given a position that is higher than you should go, you'll drown. But when you grow into a position that's over your head, you'll be underwater for just a short time, and then you'll come right through it. That's why you always want to grow into your positions, not be given positions. A growth environment is a place where you're challenged. Number three, a growth environment is a place where your focus is forward. I worry about organizations where all they can talk about is the good old days. Huh? One time somebody wired William Randolph Hearst in his newspaper, the San Francisco Examiner, and said, "Why don't you talk about the good old days?" And Randolph Hearst said, "Because they weren't that good." And the farther you get away from the good old days, the better they seem. Your focus is forward. Tomorrow is going to be a better day. That's a growth environment. You don't want a history lesson. You want a growth environment. Number four, a growth environment is a place where the atmosphere is affirming. People believe in you, and you believe in people, and you cheer one another on. Huh? You're honking words of encouragement. Number five, a growth environment is a place where you are out of your comfort zone. Oh, get out of your comfort zone. You're in trouble when you say, "Oh, I finally got everything just the way it should be around me." Bad news, bad news. Somebody needs to go in your office at midnight and turn everything around again. In my book of encouragement, Running with the Giants, one of the examples I use out of the Old Testament is Moses. And if Moses could run one lap with you and me, you know what Moses would say? Moses would say to us, I know he would. He'd say, get out of the safe zone and get into the faith zone. Stretch. Stretch. Number six, a growth environment is a place where you wake up excited. You love what you're doing. You would do it even if you weren't getting paid. In fact, I learned a long time ago, if you have a passion to do something, even if you don't get paid, when you do it long enough because you have that passion with excellence, sooner or later somebody will pay you to do it. Man. And there are other people, they don't have any excitement at all, no passion at all. And they're wondering when they get a raise. The raise goes into effect when you do. Number seven, a growth environment is a place where failure is not feared. In fact, people talk about failure. They talk about mistakes they've made and lessons they've learned. And everybody looks around and says, I failed and you failed and we've all failed. And it's okay, because failure isn't the problem. It's our wrong response to failure that is always the problem. The question is not, have you messed up? Of course you've messed up. For some of you, it's a spiritual gift. The question is not, are you down? Of course you're down. I had one buddy who says, I'm never down. He says, I'm either up or getting up. Number eight, a growth environment is a place where others are growing. You see, in a growth environment, you don't stand out as the only one growing. Everybody's growing. Number nine, a growth environment is a place where there is a willingness to change. Oh, yes. People are willing to to make changes and do things a little differently. And number 10, a growth environment is a place where growth is modeled and expected. We expect growth, we model growth, and because we have growth. And my desire for you is to become a person of influence. Take these 10 areas in your life, apply them to your life every day, work on them, and I promise you your influence will grow and so will your leadership.